Tying another musky fly today. We're doing similar to these other two patterns. 4 shanks at the tail, a 4/0 hook for the rear hook, a longer shank in the middle, and then a 6/0 big game predator hook from ahrex at the front. I'm going to be using this fiber today. It's going to be more similar to this fly, and see how that goes. Another big Gamechanger musky fly. Tying a musky fly. I'm going to start at the tail. Small shank. Thread base on there. How cool where I put my scissors. So going in with the white feathers for the tail. Did a couple pairs. Different sizes. Strip the butts on them. At least I do. I don't care for them much. Split them into group on each size, stack them up. Add those on. Take your other set. Those on the other side, tie it down. Pause, gotta get my scissors. Got the scissors, trim it. Clean it up a little bit. And we're gonna go in then with a stack of body fiber. This is another stuff got from Nightcore Musky fly. It's like a real dense. See that pull? This will go a long ways. So just cut off a chunk of this. Pull some of this out. So it's not all the same length. We're gonna do a reverse tie of this. Tie it on top. Just push it around with your fingers, spread it around the fly, or the shank. A couple tighten some wraps around there then. Kind of push this back so that it fully encompasses that shank of the hook, and then tie back over it a little bit, give it a little bit of a dam, and then you tie forward. It's all gonna get trimmed up at the end, so don't be too worried about the look of it right now. couple whip finishes. And we're just gonna kind of repeat that process then until we get to the trimming part. But we're gonna slowly just work, get the body thicker and bigger, and then trim it into a fish shape when I'm done. Here's the first shank. Shank number 2. Good thread base on your shank. Cover it up. Take your leftovers from last shank and split that down the middle. Take one end, do two layers of this material on this shank. It'll be a little bit thinner, and we'll get thicker as we work our way up. And if you do first couple wraps aren't like overly tight, you just kind of use the weight of the bobbin, some pressure, and manipulate it. I'm just gonna go right back over it, I guess. That'll happen. But work those fibers back, let they fully circle the shank. And fold it all back, tie over it. There you go. Finish it a couple times, you got shank number 2. Shank 3, connect it, lock it in, get the base on. Grab another thin chunk of that stuff again. Pull it on out. Kind of want to note what you started with and make your chunks more dense as you go. But if you go too thick, you can always trim some out, so don't worry. If you go too thin, it's not going to be terrible fly either, so this stuff you can really sculpt. Put that in half, line the fibers up. And that's sort of thin, so I think I'm just gonna take that full half there. Maybe pull a little more. Get that intensity I want. Get the other chunk that we did. Cut that in half again. You don't need a ton of length for this tail. from that last pile too. Just a little bit thicker. Cinch it down. Push it back. Tighten it down, finish it off, and you've got yourself a third mini shank here. Tell you what, nothing pretty right now. That will fade. Going into shank 4. Another thread base down. Another chunk of the fiber. A little bit thicker than last time, so I'm gonna cut it in half because I don't need that much length to it. This one I'm gonna do about 60-40 cut on it. I'm gonna bring out any longer ones. Thin it up a little bit. Crazy ones out. Just kind of straighten her up. I think I should keep that. Kind of just gotta feel it in your fingers a little bit. Same with this spreading of this fiber around the shank. It's a lot in the fingers. Working it, so you can really get it to slide around there as long as you don't lock it down with your thread. Check it's all spread out. Move up a little bit on the hook shank again. And we're gonna slap down another piece. I'm gonna do another like 60-40 cut. I got some longer pieces in there and some shorter stuff. You want to build up length too now that we're at almost out of the tail section. This is the last shank of the tail. All this stuff out by just pulling it apart, replacing it back together. Pull some of those long, crazy ones out of there. Cinch that thing down. Go. Let's finish out. Carry this one down. There you go. You got yourself a tail there. Big fuzzy tail. You spread it out, you can see. What you gotta do, you gotta trim this thing up. You hear about right now, but get your scissors ready. Alright, we're going to finish up this fly here. I made it to the 6-aught hook. Covered up one, just kind of sticky still from the glue. But get this one going. I already had a clump sitting left over from last shank. Should kind of pull these fibers out so they're not all the same length. Fold that over, get it around the hook, spread it apart, push it back. Tie it off in front. Go up a little ways. Right, get ready for your second clump there. Kind of spread it out so I can make two clumps. Two clumps here to finish her off. Pull that in half there. Should be good. Tie that down. Let's move it up. One more chunk in there. Now we're gonna finish off with some dubbing. Putting in our last clump here. Oh, there it is. Gotta comb it out. Cut that. Clean up some of this stuff here. Tightened up. Dark gray. Kind of matches gray. Get that going here. Straighten out all those fibers too. So I'm going to do a clump for the top and a clump for the bottom. I'm going to do 2 sets. We'll tie down the top. Tie down the bottom. A lot of tension on the fly. I had to get my line reattached here real quick. Thread. Straighten this back out here. Hold that half back, that half straight back. Pull it back. And tie in front. Forward from that. And tie another clump. And this, I think I'm going to take a healthy clump. I'm going to snip it on half. Maybe a little 60-40. I'll do the bottom will have the shorter fibers and the top will have the longer portion. We just got to pull the fibers out and get them straighten back out again. Get that forward, back over itself. Take this side, fold it back too. Thread in front, tie it down forward. There you go. Got a nice dubbing head. And trim that. Basically, start pulling this stuff, pulling it out. You get a lot of loose ends there. Watch out for the hook points. And just start trimming from there. I just get it all spread evenly and start trimming down on it. One more. I'll just start back here. In the water, it'll be all balled up, so I mean, get that more less. Put some eyes on it. That one on too. Couple of big Gamechanger Musky flies for the fall. There's the finished product on the top. One of my latest flies in the middle, and then last year's fly that I tried to model. We'll have to see how these two fish on the weekend.